shine on. Get your shine on.
Hey, hey, hey. Got a trailer full of grinders and a bucket full of rags. Every fuel tank looking tired, we just let it to the bank. From the wheels to the pipes, every inch on that line. If it don't shine, it ain't mine. Yeah, we live it every time. Get your shine.
What's going on, everybody? Evan here with Evan's Detailing and Polishing. It's going to kind of be a long video and it's going to kind of feel dragged out a little bit. But to be honest with you, I wanted people to see this from start to finish. So these wheels aren't terrible, but this is showing off the new sanding disc we just released. This sanding disc that I'm specifically running right now is a 220 grit. Levi and I spent the entire winter developing this buff. And as you can see, I'm moving in pretty quick on it. The outer lips weren't bad, but the back wall was pretty rough. Now, if I wanted to get more pitting out, I would drop down to the 180 grit. And leave a comment below if you guys start off with even lower grits when you're trying to remove pitting. We're trying to decide if we want to go with a heavier grit sanding or not when we sell on our website. But as of right now, 180 takes off a lot of material. And even as you'll see here, the 220 takes off quite a bit of material. But you can kind of see in the back how rough it is. And as we go across, it cleans that up super easy. With this video, even with swapping out the buffs between the 220, the 400, and then the cut and color, and walking from one room to the other room, is still only 17 minutes long. So start to finish, this wheel would have taken us 45 minutes the way we used to sand it, and we've now gotten that down to 17 minutes or less. By the way, if you guys haven't checked out the respirator that I'm wearing, or that Levi's been wearing, you definitely need to check them out. We are absolutely loving those respirators. And these sanding discs will work on anybody's wheel machine that's running an 1.25" arbor. We do also offer these in a 10-inch buff for those of you running them on variable speed grinders, which is super handy because you can do some light sanding while it's on the truck now. But if you see that center, it really took out quite a bit. Now I'm just working my way back out, kind of fine-tuning the areas that I could see that needed a little extra. Once I get back out to that outer lip, I'll swap out to a 400 grit. Normally I wouldn't jump from 240 to 400. We do also sell a 320. And on a wheel that was a little nicer, I probably would have started with a 320, but this back wall was really roached. So judgment calls make a big difference in skipping grits, whether you think you can or not. If I was working on a show wheel, I definitely would not have skipped grits. I would have went from the 240 to the 320 to the 400. And on the wheel machine, we don't need 600. We can actually cut out 400 pretty easily. But with a grinder, we do offer 600 as well, so that you can just throw a buff right over the top of it. But if I was doing a show truck, I would hit it with a quick DA as well. But these buffs are super time savers. And you definitely want to keep the wheel spinning because you don't want to leave any flat spots. This is a really great option for the people that have been having issues with leaving waves and stuff from running the rotary sanders. But similar thing, if you sat in one spot, you could leave a wave. It's just as long as you keep moving, you won't have that issue. And on this specific wheel, it had some road rash on that outer lip, so I just tilted it a little extra and sanded that outer lip just a little bit. I didn't want to go too crazy because I don't want to compromise the integrity of the strength on the outside of the wheel. But now I'm going to swap out to that 400. And this specific machine here is the JEM wheel polishing machine. It's the machine that we build and sell. But like I said, it'll work on any machine that's 1.25" arbor. And the smaller 10-inch buffs will work on anything that's 5/8 arbor. But you want to use the safety flanges. Now I'm just going to hit this with the 400, kind of smooth everything over, get it ready for a buff. And like I said, I'm going to leave this in real time just so you can see it start to finish. I will have a time lapse in my shorts, and I'll also have a time lapse on my Instagram and TikTok. But for this specific video for YouTube here, I'm going to do it real time so you can actually see it start to finish without any edits. And now with the 400 here, you'll start to see some of that shine poking through already. Sorry for all the dust, it just kind of happens that way, you know. For those of you that got a wheel machine, if you know, you know, right? But if you look closely here, you can start seeing that shine poking through already. We don't need to go to 600 on the wheel machine. With the grinder, if you go to 600, it'll eliminate quite a bit of sanding. But with the wheel machine here, 400 is good enough. You can go straight into the cut, especially if you're using our red dip treated buffs. It'll cut this 400 out super easy with the brown compound, which you'll see shortly. Now at this 400 grit here, I didn't want to spin the table too fast. I wanted to get a nice even polish so I didn't have to use any DA or anything. And of course, doing just like we do with the buff, keep changing that pitch angle to make sure that the wheel stays square. And of course, I don't recommend using your phone, but I've been doing this a time or two. Now, same as I did with the 220, with the 400, I'm just going to go over a few of those spots that I want to see leveled off just a little bit better. I'm just going to work my way back out and go over the areas that need to get hit again. You know, for the final phase of the lip, I stand it all the way up vertical so the buff goes real nice and straight. So I can level everything off perfectly. So I got 3 other wheels laying there up against the wall that would have needed sanding. So this isn't the exact process I would have done. I would have had my machine set up for 220, run all 4 wheels, swapped out to the 400, run all 4 wheels, and then gone into the cut and color with all 4. But this wheel is sizzling hot. There's a lot of friction between that sandpaper. So when I go to take this wheel off, she's pretty hot. And then when I take it over to the other room that's already set up for buffing, it really gets hot. I actually have to grab a towel to take it off because it's so hot. So now here you can see the before. All these wheels were the exact same condition. The holes aren't all egged out. I'm trying to make sure that the wheel stays in frame here because I know how somebody in the comments is going to say, oh, that's a different wheel. But it's not. So now here on this machine, we have a red wheel on the inside, a yellow wheel on the inside, and an orange wheel all the way on the inside. So the yellow's just in the center, just to hold the excess compound, keep the pad wet. And the rim's already hot, so it really soaks in a lot of compound. So you'll see me rouging up more than normal just because the wheel is so hot already. Just was soaking it in. I tried today, which is a day after this video was shot, and I waited for the wheels to cool down a little bit, and they used about half as much of the compound. The 400 cut out so easy. But even with the wheel super hot like this, the 400 grit just cuts out so fast. You'll see I just go in one time, laying compound on. I come out, no compound, and then just green color out. I should have adjusted the handle on this. It's still set up for the boys, and the boys in the shop are quite a bit shorter than myself. Pretty shortly here, you'll start to see that shine poke through. Just slowing the wheel speed down here to work on some problematic areas. Now I'll start working my way back out. You'll see that shine poke through. The rim was so hot that everything was sticking to it. That's what you're seeing come off right now is the excess buff that had burnt off. Now it's just about time to put that green compound on and bring out that really high luster. But there already you can see the shine poking through it, cut right through it, no problem. If you guys stuck around all the way to the end, drop a comment on what you think. If this setup's faster than the way you've been doing it, or if you think you'll stick with your process. Thank you guys for watching. I truly appreciate you guys. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. But if you made it here all the way to the end, make sure you drop a comment, let me know. We're gonna start doing some more giveaways this year. And that's all there is. A couple seconds here, I'll pull the wheel off, set it next to one that I haven't done yet, so you can see the before and after one last time now that it's cut and colored. And that's it. Thanks guys for watching.
Give me 20 in a socket, I'll erase another day. Make the air clean as glitter, make the stacks redefine. We polish anything, but now the rest is all fair game. Headline, get ya shine on, turn that haze to chrome. From the yard to the highway, they can see you coming home. Always on the bright sun up till closing time. We make your steel talk louder than your horn. Get ya shine on. To the scales, we're the reason next turn twice. Every reflection on that rail is a story in the light. Door to mirror in a minute, every sweet buried line. You bring the truck, we bring the spark. If it don't shine, it ain't mine. Hey, get your shine on, turn that haze to comb. From the yard to the highway, they can see you coming home. Always on the bright sun up till closing time. We make it steel talk louder than